Hello, the Blender community. My name is Ralph. I'm the computer artist, and in today's video, I will answer to the question I asked on Facebook about this render. Guess the renderer or the render engine, Eevee or Cycle, left or right. So, for those who said Eevee was left, you got the good answer. Eevee is left, Cycle is right. But the purpose of this challenge was not about guessing which render is who, but about how to make Eevee more closer to Cycle. First of all, I want to answer some question or some sentences, guesses people have made on the render, why they were wrong and where they were right. So here we got the scene. Many people think that this part was an obvious sign that it was Cycle because of the bounce lighting, which is false indeed. I use an add-on called SSGI add-on. I will show you how this add-on function, how this add-on work later in the video. But I use this add-on in order to get bounce lighting more accurate in Eevee. But the bad part of this add-on is make everything metallic in order to get the effect right. So it can often give you unwanted reflection, and this is what you see here. This is reflection, but since the objects are very rough, the reflection are blurred, so it gives the illusion that this is a bounce light effect, which is not. Cycle is here, and you can know it's Cycle because the transitions are more smooth. I don't know why, and the details are lost. Maybe this is why the details are lost because of the denoising. Plus, there are better accurate reflection here. For example, in this TV, because of the angle, it's called Fresnel effect. So the Fresnel effect is more pronounced here, and you have some reflection that did not appear here because they're out of the screen. So you get this reflection here. This is out of the screen, so it does not appear here. So this is the answer, and now I'm gonna explain some minor things, like many people make remark about reflection. For example, reflection on those wheels. They said that the reflection was not similar to the other one in the Cycle render. That's because I didn't use a reflection probe. So here the reflection are baked, but if I unbake the reflection, you will see that effectively the reflection are not the same. But it was so small on the picture that I think nobody will guess it. I guess I was wrong, because many people zoom a lot into the picture to see the little minute things that could get them the answer. But I think if you look at the picture directly, without the note paying that much attention, you will think that both are made in Cycle. Some people have even said me that the one in the left was a photo, the one in the right was Cycle, or something like that, which is very flattering for a render I made. So the models are not mine, they are from SketchUp. I modeled something like the base of the bed, I modeled the house in itself. I modeled it in SketchUp, then I import it in Blender. I took some part on the SketchUp market or store. The SketchUp store, where you can find a 3D model for SketchUp. 3D warehouse, I think. English is not that great. We live in a French-speaking country where I am. So for the even if it's not seeable in the render, for those roof effect here, those roof 3D roof model, I use an add-on called GisArcViz, which allow me to take a planar surface and convert it into a specific model with geometry and so on. And yeah, I guess it's there. So I did not pay too much attention to the other side because I wanted the part in the frame to be as great as possible without not paying much attention to the rest of the scene. But I made many render. I will show you. So here is the one I use for the question. Then I try to affine with cycle. Here is cycle. I can say it's cycle because the transition between those two parts of the wall are very smooth. If I go to EV image, you can see that it is sharper. So EV cycle, EV cycle, EV cycle, EV cycle. So you can see that the occlusion is not that great. The main issue with EV is occlusion, light occlusion. Light bleeding is a very bad issue in EV. So here we got a proper occlusion because it's ray traced, of course, and here we got a bad occlusion. Even using some trick like ambient occlusion, since it is screen space, it cannot accurately project darkness spot below object or things like that. But I can get most of the things right. It's just that if you very carefully look, you will guess that this is a real-time render and this is a patch render. So I made also some tests with Nishita Sky, and here it is Nishita Sky who give me those shadow, and I use the area light to brighten the room, I guess. Well, yeah, to brighten the room. So here is another shot with Nishita, another shot with Nishita. It is cycle with Nishita plus area light that is in the form of a disc. So here it is, here it is. So yep, I guess this is it. I will quickly try to explain you how the SSGI add-on work. So if I go to another file, it will illustrate you how the SSGI add-on work without. You can have this effect in Blender without having the SSGI add-on. I think the SSGI add-on gives you more user-friendly interface and maybe some option. It may be correct certain artifacts you can have without using the SSGI add-on, but you can get pretty close. So look at this. I got this scene, and if you look, you will remark that this scene did not use the SSGI add-on. I'm in EV. See, I'm in EV. Can activate ambient occlusion and bloom, but it didn't make that huge of a difference. So look, SSGI is not activated, but I got the SSGI effect, and the SSGI effect is in fact is screen space. So if I go in a spot where I can see this red part on my screen, the red color will not be bounced into the surface of the monkey. So this is because it's screen space. But in order to have this effect, you have just two parameters to play a lot with. You have max roughness on the screen space reflection space, and you have to put it to 1, and you have to play with metallic. If I put metallic to 0, you see the effect is gone. If I put it to 1, the effect is back, but let's use a non-reflective object to better show the effect. Look at the ear, the left side of the monkey. If I put reflection, if I put metallic to 0, you see, I lost all the bounce lighting. If I put it back to 1, I get the bounce lighting and I get the red halo coming from the wall. And if I move it, you can see that if I move it to the green part, I got a greenish bounce lighting on the right side of my monkey. So this is how it works. I guess the maker of the add-on find the technique, use some Python code and stuff like that, but you can get this effect into Eevee without the add-on. And another thing that few people know is that if you add, let's say, a cone, and I make this cone an emissive material, with this add-on technique you can light a scene without having a light in your scene. You can light a scene with mesh. So if I put an emission shutter and I put the light up, you see, this is this mesh that light my scene. So it's very close to cycle, really close to cycle. See, it light the scene. If I move it far, still light the scene. I want to try something like, oh, also there is no baking in the scene. Let me delete all the bake, and if I got, see, there is no baking, no light baking, nothing. So this is all real time, pure real time, no baking, nothing. But if you want to bake the lighting, then you could. So if I move it far away, I will not get it. So let me quickly try something. I want to see if it can occlude properly the light, like light doesn't pass through object like it is the case here. So let me try it quickly. I will add some solidify modifier. No, it does not occlude light that well. It does not occlude light that well. But it works. You can light objects. You can, as long as the object is in the screen, you can light the scene with an object. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I get it. So here it is, and you can remark that it look a lot like Cycle. It's a way to close the gap between Eevee and Cycle. Thank you for watching, and hope you do well. Bye bye.